Hi, I'm Sean from GWB Machine Tools, and today I'm going to take you through LVD's art to part. The art to part process starts up here in the drafting or the engineering office. So normally you get a 3D part from a client or as your own part, and you have to take it through all of the various software to get it down to the machine. Today I'm going to show you those steps. So today we've got a 3D part that we've been sent from a customer, and we've got to open here in SolidWorks. So I'll go through the various steps and we can send it down to the machine. So we've got our 3D part, and we're going to use a great tool from LVD called OSM, which is Open Sheet Metal. Now what that does is it automatically saves the part in our database for our Cadman B software. Now this is our bending software, so then we can go through and test bend it. So all we have to do is use our OSM export and export the part. Now it's going to go through and look in your database and see what materials you have, so you need to select the material now. So this part's from mild steel, so we simply tell it that. It's now going to create the flat pattern of the part in SolidWorks using the Cadman B unfold database. So you get all your correct developments now. So we don't have to worry about the developed length of this part being incorrect when we go to bend it. Alright, so using the OSM export, we've now got the option here, and we can save it directly to our database. Once we've exported it using the OSM, it's now saved there. So we can go straight to Cadman B, which is our bending software, and we can open the part now directly. So we don't have to go through and export and save and reopen in our 3D software. We can just do it all in one go. So we need to tell it which machine this is going to be bent on, and we define our tooling now. So now what we want to do is we want to go through and we want to make sure that this part can be created on our press. So we're going to go through and we're going to make sure that there's going to be no collisions with any of the tools, the part's not going to break, and the radius is all going to be okay. So there's a little option here to just go through and do all those steps in one hit. So if we click this, it's going to go through and it's going to gauge everything, and it knows all the developed lengths already. Okay, so now we've got our simulation of our part being created on our Pressbrake. So if we zoom in, we can see the part and we can see the tools. Now, there's a tool here that it can go through, and it's going to complete every step of that bend. And there's our created part. So now we know that that part can be created on our Pressbrake. So now we know that we can cut that part, we can create it, and we're not going to have any failures. So we're not going to lose any part. So in our Cadman B software, there's another button that sends that file directly to our Cadman L software. Now the Cadman L is for the laser, and it can be used to program a turret punch as well. So we can click the button here, and it's cutting with Cadman P and L. So now it's going to directly send the flat pattern with all the developed lengths straight to the cutting software. We can also choose to engrave the bend lines and things like that. So we'll do that now. So now it's saved the part in Cadman L. So we can open Cadman L, and we can see there's our part. It's created there with the material already allocated, the quantity that we want, and the thickness. So now we can go and we can nest that on a piece of material that we have down in the floor. Okay, so now we're going to nest this part, and then we can send it down for production. So we can use automatic, or we can place the parts. The quickest way for this is just going to be to use automatic. So if we're happy with that layout, we can then machine the part and send it to the machine. Okay, so now we've machined the part and we're saving it to our database. So what that's going to do is it's automatically going to save that NC file down onto our machine. So the operator doesn't have to go looking for a file, it's already there. So if you have Cadman Job installed, which is another application from LVD, this file will already be waiting on the machine. So all the operator has to do is load the sheet up, set his consumables correctly, and press start. So we're going to print these reports now from both Cadman B and Cadman P&L, and we're going to take them down to the machines and we're going to create these parts. Okay, so the opposite portion of this art to part is now done. So now we've printed our reports, We're going to now take them both down to the machines and we're going to create these parts for you.
Okay, so here at GWB, this is our showroom. So I'm going to show you today how we can fully produce that part that we nested upstairs. So here's our laser. This is an Orion 2.5 kilowatt 3x15 machine. We also have a LissMac deburring machine and a 170 ton 3 meter press brake. So we've sent the job down, as you can see from our nesting software upstairs, and this is now our controller. So LVD has gone for a fully icon based controller, so there's no text to confuse anyone. This means it's multilingual and anyone can jump on the machine and use it. They've made the controller similar between the press brake and the laser, so your operator only needs to learn one system and it's very easy to teach them the other system. So obviously to upload and download a job, we're going to go to our upload download icon, choose our network, choose our job, and now all we're going to do is tick it so that we're going to run this job once. It's going to prompt us for any information that's missing. So in this case, it's missing its sheet reference. So it doesn't know what sheet to cut this on, so we have to tell it. Your operator should know this already. If it knows what sheet to use, it will automatically pick this. We also have a couple of other options here if we want to turn them on and off, such as film burning, pre-piercing, and the location we want to start the job. We've already loaded the machine up with a sheet, so we're pretty much good to go with this one. So we've set our machine up now, we've put the correct lens, the correct nozzle, we've loaded in our job. All we need to do now is press start, and the machine will start the production. So while the machine's cutting, I'll just go through a couple of things on the controller. This is our main screen, which is going to show us the layout of the job we have going. It's showing us the different cut speeds for each contour. It's going to cycle through the actual NC program, show us the speeds. So if we adjust the speeds, you can actually see it adjust in there. This works really well with our ALC system, so you can actually see the speed adjust as the cutting's changing. We've got our positioning up here. We've got our cutting speed, so how fast the actual job's cutting, our contour and our part recorder. How many sheets are in this job, the time it's going to take to process this job, and then we have our laser power and our pierce time remaining.
Okay, so now we've processed these parts on our laser. We're going to go through and we're going to put them to another GWB product, which is a LissMac edge rounding machine. Now what this is going to do is it's going to take off any of our sharp edges, take off any scale and rust, and prepare this part for powder coating or galvanizing.
So here we have our LissMac machine, and we can set up our 3 parts on the LissMac machine ready to run through. Alright, so now we've got our deburred part. It's now ready to go to our press brake. So we'll take it over there now and bend it. Our production scheduler has already given the press brake operator his job card, so he knows which job this belongs to. So simply, all he has to do is grab our scanner, scan the job, press brake then automatically opens that job, and it gives you the simulation here. So what the simulation does is it shows the operator each step of the bend sequence. So he can never put the part in the wrong way, creating wastage of each part. So he always knows which way the part has to be pressed. And you can see the icons are being used on the press brake the same as they were on the laser. This makes it very easy for your operators to go from one machine to the other with very little training on each machine. We can get them up to speed on the press brake if your press brake operator's away. So all we have to do now is we have to turn on our pump and bend the part. And there we have our part. So we've gone from our drawing from our engineer or one of our customers all the way through each step. So we've laser cut it, we've deburred it, and now we've run it through our press brake. So this part now is ready to go out to the customer. All these machines that I've shown you here today and the software are set up in our showroom at GWB, ready to go to give you a demonstration. If you'd like to see any of them, please contact us and one of us will personally go through each machine with you.